everyone, how are you? Nadine Wilkins here, and I just wanted to jump on a live, number one, to share some encouraging words, and number two, just to see how everyone is doing. I know some of you may be in the same position that I was in, and especially in the beginning of the coronavirus and everything that was happening, I really didn't take it as seriously because I'm like, come on, it's just a cold. But, you know, as news came out and as you see what's happening around the world, you're like, oh my God, this is really serious. Because in the beginning, for me, I just took it as, okay, business as usual, things will just kind of go by. And I think part of that is because we have never experienced anything like this before, right? We have never experienced complete shutdown, right? We have never experienced what it's been like to get toilet tissue, right? These are unprecedented times. Things are so uncertain. You know, the last time we had any type of pandemic like this has been over 100 years, right? So none of us had anything to compare this to. But I did want to jump on and just share an encouraging word. Number one, be prepared, but don't panic, right? There are things that we can continue to do to, you know, just put our minds at ease, especially with, for some people, uncertainty around their job situation, uncertainty around childcare, uncertainty around food, uncertainty around basic needs. Listen, I found out recently that even some delivery services are not delivering. So as we embrace the possibility of a shutdown, it is so important to not panic, right? Prepare, but not panic. And I just want to share that because just from watching the news and just from trying to get things in order, you can feel that sense of, oh my God, like this is serious. And I tell you, people right now, when I tell you the levels of stress are high, they're high. Like when you see people fighting over paper towel rolls and water in the grocery store, Costco, in the big department stores, these are unprecedented times. But, one thing that I am grateful for is the power of prayer and also knowing that even in seasons like this, it is not going to last forever. So it is important right now to be prepared, but don't panic, and know that part of the reason why many of us, took for granted everything that was happening is, number one, we've never experienced anything like this before. So I just wanted to share that word with everyone so you know you are not the only one. We're all kind of in the same boat and trying to figure this thing out, right? But then also, praying for healing, praying for peace, praying for our country, praying for everyone around the world, because these are unprecedented times. And this is when, more than anything, not only do you get prepared and stay prepared, right? Like now, once you go through what we are going through right now, it's very hard to just go back to business as usual. Like now I get why, individuals during different seasons of times would, really keep a crazy pantry, right? Because moments like this where things may seem scarce, but they're really not. But it's that out of fear people are operating. It's like you're worried, when you're worried, you do things that you normally wouldn't do. You react the way you normally wouldn't react. And it's kind of like this downward snowball, right? So I wanted to jump on to share a word that be prepared, get prepared, but don't panic, because this too shall pass. Those are my favorite words. This too shall pass. This pandemic, this situation will not last forever. And I think it's important that we have that open communication, because people feel it, right? When schools are shutting down for a month, and I hear even in a business partner of mine in California shared how Starbucks removed the chairs, right? People were just getting their drinks and they're leaving. Like, these are times we've never experienced, and because we haven't experienced it before, and because there's that uncertainty there, right? Most people want to have as much control as possible, and it just seems like this whole situation is just out of control. So know that how you're feeling is completely rational. Like any rational human being would feel the way you feel right now, and know that there are things that you can do right now to give you peace of mind, right? I know for some children, like my son shared the other day, their music school did announce that they're going to do classes remotely. You know, just yesterday he shared how he missed his music teacher, right? And he missed his art teacher. So I was so excited for that. Hey guys, welcome to the live. So you will be able to move forward, and that measures are being put into place so that your life isn't completely disrupted. And there's a meme that has been going around on Facebook and social media, and it says, look, everything's been canceled, but the one thing that has not been canceled is time with your family, right? This time you will never get back. And this time you will remember when you were home for 4 weeks or 3 weeks and you got to spend quality time together. Now, I know some people on this live, you're like, Nadine, you just don't know what it's like to be home with my children all day, every day. Believe me, I know. I am a mom of 3 boys, so I completely get it. But for some of you, you're like, okay, how am I going to figure out this whole working remotely thing, right? The good thing, the one, I want to say good thing, but that silver lining in all of this is this whole situation is forcing all of us to stretch in a way that we've never stretched before, right? For some people, it's working remotely for the first time. For, other people, it's looking at ways to start a business from home. Some people are even looking for ways to work from home, right? So this whole situation that we're experiencing is kind of forcing us to do things differently. And when you do things differently, you're expanding, right? Like in this season, because there's so much fear and there's so much uncertainty, your natural reaction will be to kind of shrink. But now is not the time to shrink. Now is the time to actually expand. Now is the time to start that business you've always wanted to start, but you're afraid. Like, what do you have to lose? Like right now, you only have time to gain, because guess what? You're no longer, for some people, are no longer commuting an hour back and forth. You're no longer taking certain calls that you normally wouldn't take. So now you actually have more time to do the things that you say that you've always wanted to do. So this is a season. Yes, it is probably one of the, outside of Hurricane Sandy, I would say it's been one of the craziest seasons, the most uncertain seasons. But through stretching, you're growing, and you have the opportunity now to expand in ways that you've never thought possible, right? Like literally, one thing I'm grateful for is that I do work from home. So I was able to do Zoom presentations. This evening, I'm doing a Zoom presentation, right? Had a whole training event online, which I'm excited about, right? I'm excited to be able to show people, even in these uncertain times, you can have certainty by the decisions that you decide to make today. So I wanted to jump on and share this word of encouragement. At first, I was like, man, should I show everyone, talk about the things that I've been able to put into place and things that I purchased at Costco and, literally batteries and literally preparing for a hurricane type of situation. But I said, no, I believe the value is in sharing with everyone that in this season of time, instead of listening to the fear and being afraid of what's to come, but actually expanding during this season of time and knowing that everything that happens now, yes, it is going to change who you are, but I believe that now is the time to actually embrace it and to celebrate the time that you get to spend with the family. Take advantage of opportunities that in the past you might have completely looked over. Now is that season of time to expand and not to shrink and not let fear overcome you in this season. So I wanted to share a word of encouragement and let everyone know I feel what you're feeling. We're all in the same boat. But what I'm telling you, the decisions that you make today will determine what tomorrow, what the next year, what the next decade will look like. Don't shrink, expand. Don't contract, expand. Now is that season of time. So take care, guys. God bless. And I look forward to connecting with everyone soon. I love you all. Take care.